Hello everyone! We are live with another day of 30 cuisines in 30 days. Whoa, this is day 16. This is day 16, Tibetan food. We're having Tibetan food today, and I'm really excited. Okay, sorry that we were a little bit late today. I was actually rushing from another live show, if you can believe it. I'm way overexposed on Coconuts TV right now. But I was doing a Coco Chat with Kelly B. Jones, an actor here in Bangkok, Thailand, and we're doing it on Instagram, Coconuts Instagram. So head over there to watch our chat, which was really fun. So now to focus on this live show, 30 cuisines in 30 days. The concept is simple. Each day I am having food for lunch from a different cuisine, different country, or different region of the world, and I'm ordering everything from restaurants here in Bangkok right to my apartment. So I'm here in my kitchen, staying home, working from home, and yeah, enjoying food from around the world as I stay in one place. So that is 30 cuisines in 30 days. So today, it's Tibetan food, you guys. It's from a little restaurant here called Tibetan Kitchen, and I'm really excited to try these dishes. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have you ever had Tibetan food? What kind of cuisine do you want to try? Just comment along as you watch with me, and don't be afraid to share this video with your friends if you're enjoying it. Give us a like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, you know, all that good stuff. Okay, so now back to the food. I am going to introduce everything I have here, which I've ordered from Tibetan Kitchen here in Bangkok, and then I will go through and taste each dish, give it a bite, dig into each one, describe it, and then I will give a rating at the end of the show. So stick around and you'll get to know my rating for each of the dishes and the overall experience of eating from Tibetan Kitchen today. Okay, so let's introduce each dish first of all. So right at the front here, I have a vegetable noodle soup called Thukpa. Thukpa, which is I think you could have gotten meat, but I've chosen vegetarian for today. So I should say each of these options, you can really choose if you want meat, or if you want veg with cheese, or you want vegan with just vegetables. So there's a lot of choice in this restaurant already, which is great. So that's a noodle soup, Tibetan noodle soup. Next, I have right here a nice plate of momos. These are dumplings, which are steamed, and I'll give you a nice close-up there. And these are filled with mutton today. I chose mutton for the momos, just to try something totally different that I've never tried mutton momos before. Right here, I have some steamed bread in front of me. It's called Ting bread. So it's very interesting looking for sure, and it's topped with a bit of sesame seeds. So this is bread, and from my little Googling research, I believe this Ting bread goes with this dish, which is called Shaptak, Shaptak, which is chicken, and it looks like it's kind of stir-fried with some onions and veggies and a little bit of an interesting spicy sauce. So that kind of goes with the bread, I believe, but let's try everything together. And then here on my side, I have a glass of Tibetan tea, which is also called butter tea. So I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of like an oily little filmy bit of film on top of the tea, so it looks very buttery. Ooh, smells very buttery. Interesting. So this is Tibetan butter tea. So that is my meal today. Oh, and then I have a bunch of sauces in front of me here. So many sauces. There's a chili oil. There's a vinegar with chili. There's what looks like more of a sweet chili sauce, and a different type of sweet chili sauce. This one looks like the same. Okay, just figuring out my sauces here. Oh, and this one is kind of I think it's like a peppery, almost Szechuan type of sauce. Yeah, very peppery. But let's go through and taste all of those with these various dishes. starting now. So if you're watching with me, comment, let me know you're watching, tell me what you think about my meal of the day, tell me what you're having for lunch. Just, yeah, comment and ask me questions about my meal. Oh, comment from Rainer Lim. So saucy today. Saucy. Not just me, he's talking about the sauce, guys. Okay, Coconut TV says, ooh, does the tea have yak butter in it? When I was Googling Tibetan food, the first thing that comes up is like yaks. Yak butter, yak meat, like dried yak meat. I was like, where do I get some yak meat in Bangkok? Oh, Kelly B. Jones says yummy. Hey, Kelly. This is so funny. MH Stone Studio says so delicious. Looks very good. Oh, Regine Chung, butter tea, the tea version of bulletproof coffee. Hey, Regine, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. It does kind of remind me of that concept of bulletproof coffee, which I believe is coffee with a big dollop of butter in it. Is that right? But yeah, let's start off with a sip of the Tibetan tea then, shall we? Let's start the meal with this. So I believe it's like kind of like an Indian style milk tea with spices, but with a lot of butter. So here's a little close-up look. Nice milky color. Let's give it a sip, shall we? Whoa, this is really not what I expected at all. Okay, sorry, it is nothing like Indian tea at all. I take that back completely. That was totally wrong. Let me try again. It's like, it's salty. It's salty, milky, creamy, buttery, oily tea. And there's only a hint of flavor of that tea with maybe with some spices, but you don't really get the spices like with Indian tea. It's almost like, you know what it reminds me of? If you've ever chewed those Werther's caramels or like sucked on those Werther's caramel hard candy, it tastes like that, but with salt. It's very thin. It's not thick and creamy. It's pretty thin, but the cream butter taste is really strong. Gilly B. Jones says, ha ha ha. This is a really interesting tea drink. Okay, factoids at the bottom of the screen. This is knowledge being dropped by Coconuts TV, who has done their research, unlike me, who is like really confused about everything. So drinking butter tea is a regular part of Tibetan life. Interesting. And it's not bad at all. I would say that do I like it? I like creamy stuff. I like butter. I like tea. Do I like butter and tea together? I think it's an acquired taste. It takes some getting used to. So the first sip is definitely strange because it's salty. It's not sweet. Interesting. Yugen Jung says, do you like the tea? I don't love it. I'm gonna be honest. I would like to drink more and see how the taste develops. MH Stone Studio says delicious food. It kind of has almost like a little bitter aftertaste. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Not my favorite, but very interesting to try. Tibetan butter tea. Very different from any other tea I've tried. Okay, I'm just like blown away by that tea. So what should I try next, you guys? Ooh, Kelly says, I wonder if that's because it helps keep them warm. It is very like, it came hot. It's still hot from the delivery. Coconut TV says, perhaps yak butter is an acquired taste, if it is indeed yak butter. It's definitely something where like, if I was on a cold night in a high altitude place, I think it would be very warming and yummy. Yeah, without having a lot of sugar, but you have the fat of the butter. And I'm not sure if it's yak butter. I feel like it's probably just normal cow milk butter. How would I know if it's yak butter? I don't know. But it just seems like, I don't know, just like very buttery flavor. Okay, so let me just introduce this noodle dish in front of me from Tibetan Kitchen and talk a little bit about this noodle dish and then try it. So I'll give you a little close up there. This is Thukpa. It's a traditional Tibetan noodle soup. And if you guys know about Tibetan cuisine, which I don't really know that much, but what I do know is a little bit that it is influenced by both India and Nepal, which are the neighboring countries. Coconuts TV, replying to Kelly, says, for sure, we have it on good authority that yak herders will drink 50 plus small cups while up in the mountains. Seriously. Okay, so it does keep you warm, this tea. The last thing I need right now is something to keep me warm, though, because Bangkok is hot as hell. It is hot here. MH Stone Studio says, do you like pasta food? I do like pasta food, MH Stone Studio. I do like pasta food. Now this kind of resembles pasta, but it is actually a, let me just go in there with my lovely gold fork to show you. It's a noodle soup, so very generous on the noodles and the veggies here. It looks like it's mixed in with the soup already, so there's soup in there. And yeah, it's some noodles. Looks like your kind of traditional noodle type of noodle, not an egg noodle. I'm guessing a wheat noodle, not a rice noodle. Are you a rice noodle? It might be a rice noodle, but I think it looks more like wheat. And yeah, with a broth and shredded carrots and some green veggie, kind of like a bok choy veggie. So I think this is a very quintessential Tibetan food, and it's a hot noodle soup. I mean, what better when you're herding your yaks on a cold Tibetan morning than a big bowl of hot noodle soup. So let's give it a try. That is very tasty. Very, very tasty. So this noodle soup, let me just tell you a little bit about it. There's different versions. So the Nepalese version of Thukpa is a little bit more influenced by Nepali tastes. It has chili powder masala, garam masala. Ooh, Kelly says that's really a good portion. Yum, it is. They did not skimp on this at all. This is a big bowl of noodles. This on its own is like, this is lunch for sure. But I have a lot of other stuff to try. Okay, so Nepalese version is a bit, seems like it's gonna be more spicy, more masala, more influenced by Indian cuisine. This one is more Tibetan. It's been described as a generic Tibetan word for any soup or stew combined with noodles. Okay, so the ingredients in here, I would say it's a vegetable broth. It's seasoned very well, salt and pepper for sure, maybe a little garlic, onion. There's shreds of cabbage, carrot, like maybe a bok choy vegetable, and then just a generous portion of noodles. So it's very heartwarming, really like just comforting, comfort food. I think it's pretty healthy too. Let me try the soup. The soup is yummy. It has a little bit of, just like a little touch of sourness, I would say. But mostly just like a very warm and comforting vegetable broth taste with definitely garlic and onions there to season it up. So it's really yummy. It's I would say it's not like anything that is very strange or new, although I have never tried this dish before, but noodle soup in this way, I think even if you're used to like a Western chicken noodle soup, you would love this. Or if you're used to more of a Thai gui tiao, Thai noodle soup, you would also like this, but you would probably want to add various chili sauces to it, which I think you can with these little bad boys right here. So you can add like a chili oil. This is a chili oil. Looks pretty dangerous. This kind of like vinegar with chilies. This is something that will be familiar to you if you have Thai gui tio ever. Vinegar with chilies cut up in it. I think those could be added to the soup, and I think these other ones are for the other dishes. This is like a sweet and sour chili. I think that goes for the momos. Yeah, but I think overall this is an interesting dish. Stay tuned to the end. I will give my rating to each of the dishes and to the overall meal from Tibet Kitchen. And I have had food at Tibet Kitchen before, but I have not ordered any of these dishes before, so these are all new to me. Okay, so shall we go ahead and try the next dish? I feel like going for these momos. What do you guys think? Try some momos? Okay. These momos are filled with mutton today. So you can choose if you want steamed, pan-fried, or deep-fried momos. And I chose steamed. I think it's the more like traditional way to eat these little dumplings. And you can choose the filling. So I chose mutton, but you could choose chicken, you could choose spinach and cheese, you can choose vegetable. I think they also have pork. Yeah, I think so. But okay, let me just show you one of these up close. So I've tried quite a few different dumplings in my 16 days of cuisines so far. A lot of cultures have this as a traditional food, and I can see why. I mean, they're super yummy. They're like easy to eat, little bite-sized bundles of meat. Let's just open it up. You can see right there. This is a steamed momo, Tibetan cuisine, and it's filled with mutton. So you can see that it has a generous portion of ground mutton. Oops, someone's falling. And inside with the ground mutton, there's some onions. There looks like to be some onions, definitely some little hints of spices in there. Looks really good. The dumpling skin looks not too thick. Looks about just right. I think, let me try a bite without anything, and then I'm going to try some of these different sauces. Oh, comment from Sunana Quatra, hello. These dishes look rather bland. Let us know if the condiments they provide are enough, or if you would recommend other sauces. I think you're right that you really have to add all these sauces if you want something more like flavorful and spicy. Okay, but let's try this plain first of all. Stolen Rabbit says, yum, I love dumplings. Okay, plain momo. Little coconut says, dumplings are little hugs for the tummy. Aww. Okay. Momo is good. It's tasty. The filling is definitely seasoned and has like a lot of onions and a little bit of garlic. So it's flavorful even without anything. There is flavor there. You get this like a pretty strong mutton flavor. I don't know if you guys have tried that before. It's not usually my go-to meat, but without yak as an option, I just thought you might as well try the closest thing, which would be mutton or sheep, I believe. Yeah, so it is tasty. The meat is tender. It's not chewy or anything. And it seems like, freshly made, rolled, homemade, very homemade looking. Okay, so let's try the other half of this, but with a bite of this kind of sweet chili sauce, it seems. Yeah, it definitely has like a sweet and sour kind of flavor. I'm not sure how spicy it is. MH Stone Studio is asking, so delicious. You cook by yourself the food? No, I did not. I did not cook this by myself. I wish I could take credit for it, but I ordered from Tibetan Kitchen here, a restaurant here in Bangkok, Thailand. and they make traditional Tibetan food. Okay, let's try momo with chili sauce. Spicy. Oh my god, it's spicy. Okay. I think, Sunana, if you're still watching, this is the sauce that you are looking for. It is really spicy, it's really peppery. It definitely just like fills your whole mouth with like a peppery, like that Szechuan type of pepper where it's like, is it chili, is it pepper? My eyes are watering, everything stings. Coconuts TV says, if you don't have yak, why not mutton? Why not mutton? Okay, so that was this chili sauce. Let me just try a momo with this sauce here. And I have tried this before at the restaurant. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a, let me just get another fork and spoon out. How to describe this yellowish sauce? I think it's called Joel is the name of it. But it's like a, it has like the Indian kind of spices, like cumin and garam masala, it tastes like. But it's like a yellow sauce, and it's spicy. Sunana says, oh yes, that peppery sauce sounds like the perfect accompaniment. Okay, let's try a momo with this other sauce, which I think is going to be just as peppery as the first sauce. Oh my god. Took a big bite. It's really tasty. It has like definitely that like Indian flavor. So the first sauce felt more like Chinese-ish influence, like Szechuan, and the second one felt more like Indian influence with like different kind of spices. Let's try another bite from the first really peppery sauce just to finish off this momo. Still killer. So spicy. But very good. Tasty. Like I have a sweat going now. It's like makes me break a sweat. That sauce. Okay, momos. So I tried 2 momos. Just to give you a little bit of info about momos. They're normally served with a dipping sauce, so you would eat it. You wouldn't really eat them plain. You would be like dipping them, popping them into your mouth. They're popular across the Himalayan region, Nepal, Tibet. Yeah, they're similar to a Chinese baozi, Mongolian booze, Japanese gyoza, Korean mandu, and Turkic manti. So you can see a lot of cultures have a dumpling like this. I'll put it here so you can see. And yeah, they're all kind of like different slight variations on it. And I have to say, I really do like the Tibetan version of the momo because they're just small and easy to eat. I tried these really massive dumplings that was part of the Georgian cuisine day. Those are also tasty. Those were in a few bites, but this is like just one bite, just pop it in your mouth, or maybe 2 bites. Yeah, tasty. Mutton has a bit of a strong flavor, you know, it's up to you. It's okay. Probably not my favorite meat, but it was yummy. Okay. These days, momos are prepared with virtually any combination of ground meat, vegetables, tofu, cottage cheese. Yeah. Local cheeses. Yeah, you could get momos filled with anything you want, really. I mean, and you can make them at home. Okay, let's take a sip of the tea just to see how it goes with the meals. Oh my god, I'm really breaking a sweat from eating that chili. Okay. We'll move this to this side here so you can still see it. Okay, the tea, It's still not going down too smooth, even though I'm eating it with the meal. Um, I'm sure I'll probably finish it because I like creamy stuff just enough to definitely finish it, but I don't know if I would order that one again. That's definitely for a real Tibetan purist to drink that tea. Okay. Let's go on to the next dish, which is, well, let's start with this one. This is Shaptak. And I ordered it with chicken, but you could order it with different meat. You could get Shaptak mutton, you could get Shaptak veggie, but I decided to order it with chicken just to get some variety in the meal. And let me just show you a little bit about what is going on here. It is a, oh, Gary Yarbrough, giant momos. Well, these momos are normal sized, I think, but giant momos were definitely in the Georgian episode. They were huge. Okay, so this is a chicken dish. Looks kind of like stir fried with a sauce. Definitely smells really good. It smells kind of like, well, a lot of garlic and chili, I would say. And there's onions, there's chilies in here, there's tomatoes. Yeah, there's chicken cut up in different sizes. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of these, kind of looks like a roasted green chili. So I think that's gonna make it kind of spicy. And yeah, bell peppers, onions, tomatoes, that makes it even tastier, absolutely. So let's try it. I haven't tried this before, so I'm interested to try it. Let's take a bite of chicken with some onions. It's yummy. Chicken pieces are tender. It's that thinly sliced chicken. It's very thin. And then stir fried, I think, with these different veggies, tomato, spring onion. Let's try another bite. Very, very tasty. It's often eaten with this bread here. So I'm just gonna eat them together. It's eaten with Ting bread. So this is like, it's like it almost looks similar to the momo skin, but like in a bread form. And it's like wrapped. It looks like it's a thin thing like wrapped around coiled. And it's topped with sesame seeds. So I've never had any bread like this before. It looks really interesting. I'm not even sure how to dig into it. It looks like a rose or something. It's really pretty, actually. This is really pretty bread. Like a rosette of bread, or like a cinnamon bun. You can almost like unwrap it. And there's so many layers and folds. I mean, is this like for dipping in? I think, yeah, if you tear it, you can tear out a bunch of pieces. It tears away very easily. It looks like it's steamed. Yeah, definitely steamed. On its own, it tastes kind of like a bao, like salad bao here in Thailand, or bao bun, like a Chinese steamed bun, but just the skin of it. It's tasty though, it's definitely tasty. A bite on its own is pretty tasty, but I think it really goes with this dish here. What do you guys think? Should I try it? Nah, I'm gonna try it. Okay. Big old piece of chicken. I mean, this is kind of a dry dish, so you can't really dip it. Can I dip it? Or can I just eat it together like this? Let's see, if I dip it in the sauces, dip the bread in the sauce. Yeah, it goes really well. Very tasty. Maybe I'll just take a bite of this together. Really good. Okay, so I'm just seeing that little factoid that a Ting with filling is a momo. So this is Ting Mo. This is momo. Interesting. Bao with no filling, says Little Coconut. Yeah, it's like a bao with no filling. And you just tear away a piece and just kind of eat it with this. And I think I can like use a spoon to kind of put this on as a topping. Get some onions on there. This is really tasty, you guys. Okay, if you haven't yet, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Ooh, sweating. But stay tuned to the end of this because I will give my rating to every dish and the whole meal. So let me put that on there. And I think I can even put some of this bomb-ass chili sauce on top of it. I think that also goes really well. Oh my God, let me take this monster bite. It's really good. That was so good with the chili sauce. I just feel like dipping the bread like straight into the chili sauce too. I'm just trying some Ting Mo with just the chili sauce. You need the chicken to tie it together. It was really good though. It's like spicy, but this is covered in chili sauce too. So many different spices you can tell are in there, and lots of flavors. This yummy oil with the Ting Mo just goes so well. That is really tasty. You're like making your own kind of momo just with this bread. So I never ordered this before. I never knew this bread was on the menu and it looked like this. And it goes so well with everything. And you can kind of use it to like, use the bread to like grab a piece of chicken. Rainer Lynn says chili sauce makes everything better. True. That is true. Truth. Coconuts TV just hitting us up with a bunch of emojis. Chili sauce is life. Okay. Now, I think, have I actually sampled all of my dishes? Oh my gosh, I have actually. Okay. So, I'm going to try another bit of tea, all in the name of a social experiment. Werther's. This is a Werther's candy, but with less sweetness and more saltiness. Really learned something new about Tibetan food. I've tried this food before, but I didn't try any of these dishes, so I'm really surprised at what traditional Tibetan food is like. It's like really warms you. So I'm sweating. I'm definitely sweating from all this warming Tibetan food, but it's really tasty. Okay, let me just recap everything and tell you guys what I had and give my rating to everything. So comment along, tell me what you think, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications from our channel. Okay, so from Tibetan Kitchen today, I ordered mutton momos. They came with some yummy, yummy sauces. Just put them there for you to see. Ooh, the chili oil. Oh my God, I didn't even try the chili oil. It looks really killer. Even worse than the other chili. Okay, should I try it first? I think, you know, my instinct is telling me to put it in the soup. I think it's part of the soup. Let me get a bite of these noodles, but it could probably go on anything that you want. Okay, let me get a little bite of noodles. How do I graciously, elegantly do this? I really do not know. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of chili oil on it with a fork. Is that working? Okay, it's kind of working. So let me have a bite of noodles with chili oil. Mm. Mm. Okay, that is very spicy. And it has that flavor. Oh my god, it's like hitting me now. And it has that flavor of dried. It has a flavor of dried roasted chili, which is, if you know about chili, and if you're watching and you're Thai, you probably do because you love it. Roasted chilies are just like killer. Oh my god. Yeah, this is definitely the spiciest sauce that came with this entire meal. It just, yeah, it is really, really spicy. It's all those seeds of the dried chili. Yeah, dried chili. Oh, killer. But if it's in a soup, it works really well. The oil of the chili just mixing in there. So it has that like smoky, dried chili flavor, which is really yummy. Where's my... Oh, God. Okay. All in the name of this food experiment. Okay. So, yeah, where was I? Oh, I didn't try this vinegar thing either, though. Let me just like have a sip of it. Yeah, it's like a standard chili vinegar. Definitely for the noodles too. So the noodles are a bit plain. Okay, let me just start with the noodles then. They are a bit plain, but it has a really nice, hearty, healthy kind of vegetable broth and veggies and noodles. And if you mix in the chili oil, you can make it as spicy as you want. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 because I feel like it's really tasty, but it's not anything as wow as the other dishes I ordered, I think. And the noodles do get a bit soggy, soaking up the broth. I think it's supposed to be like that, but I think I'm used to getting noodles a little bit less waterlogged. But yeah, but still tasty, still tasty. That's Thukpa, Tibetan noodle soup. Okay, 3. I got a 3 or 3.5. I can't remember what I just said. 3? Okay, so now momos, steamed momos with mutton inside, with kind of like a spicy Szechuan sauce, spicy Indian spices sauce. I think it's called Joel. Can't remember. But both very peppery and spicy sauces for the momo. I think I knew what I was getting into with the mutton. You know, mutton's not really my favorite meat. It has kind of a strong flavor to it, very distinct. So I usually go for something more like neutral, like chicken or just veggies. But it's still good. I think I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 because, yeah, it's just really delicious. And if you love mutton, it's probably going to be like a 5 out of 5 for you. Okay. But I think this combination here is definitely my winner of the day, where I feel like this is like a 4.5, maybe even hovering around a 5, 4.75. It's so yummy. The taste of this like multi-layered bread, which is just like the folds of the bread are just waiting to like envelope this sauce that's really garlicky and chili and has veggies and chicken. I want another bite of it. Yeah. That combo is really good. Oh, I can't stop sweating. It's a crazy day. Okay. So I think this is like a 4.75. Are we allowed to do that? 4.75? And then lastly, the tea. Ooh, the tea is a tough one. It's cooled down a bit. It was definitely better when it was hot. When it just arrived, it was nice and piping hot. I think for me, I think I have to give it around like a 2 out of 5. Sorry, Tibet Kitchen. I'm sure this is authentic Tibetan butter tea, which is made correctly, tastes like it's correct, but it's just a very acquired taste, I think. And I think if you're not used to Tibetan tea, it's going to be hard for you to get used to this. It's like a salty, buttery, milky, drink with like just a hint of sweetness, but really is the salt and cream is the taste you get. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save this because I want other people around me in my household to try it and tell me what they think about it because it's just really interesting. Okay, so overall, I think Tibet Kitchen is getting like a 3.5 out of 5, hovering around a 4, 3.75 if I kind of add up all those, weighted scores in my head. But I do love this restaurant. I will certainly order again. Highly recommend. I've ordered many times. I never tried these dishes, so I was really eager to try more traditional Tibetan food. And it was interesting. It was definitely hearty, warming. I feel like I could climb a mountain with this in my belly. Okay, so let me know what you guys think of my meal today. Comment along what food should I try next. You could play along with this challenge in your home or wherever you are and try some different cuisines from some different countries whenever you can. Make something from a different cuisine one of these days if you feel like it, and then come here and comment and tell me what you made. Okay, so tomorrow I'll be back in the same place, same time for another amazingly delicious feast from another country. And I'm super excited. I want to tease you for tomorrow, but I'm blanking on what I am ordering tomorrow. Totally blanking. It's been a long day, you guys, and I'm still sweating. Oh my god. Sorry, excuse me while yeah, so tomorrow, if you want to find out what I'm eating, because I also want to find out what I'm eating, it is at 1 p.m. Oh, okay. Now I know. Now I know what I'm eating. Okay, it's a cuisine that is somewhat related to this a little bit. Not really. Probably gonna get in trouble for saying that. But there were influences from it in today's cuisine, and it is a totally different region. We're going down south. We're going south somewhere tomorrow. Coconut TV says, "Great job, Tara." Thank you. It's so nice to have some positive encouragement. Thank you. Little Coconut says, "Everything is so color coordinated today. OOTD, food logos." Oh my god, I didn't even think of that, but I did kind of think that I'm wearing almost like a Tibetan monk color to be a little bit more at peace. Yeah, so tomorrow we're going south of what country? Who knows? You have to stay tuned tomorrow, 1 p.m. Bangkok time, 2 p.m. if you're in Singapore, right here on Coconut TV. So please subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and then you will see exactly when I am online and when all our other shows are on, because it's not just me and Coconut TV. There's a lot of other stuff that we do. Okay, so subscribe. And we will see you back tomorrow for day 17 of 30 cuisines in 30 days. See you then. Bye.